Hey everyone, welcome back to the Null Michael channel. Today is February 19th, 2026, and we've got a seriously packed AI news roundup for you. We're talking AI agents that literally blow things up, a massive hardware deal that could reshape computing, new music generation superpowers in Google Gemini, AI that reads your confidential emails a little too well, health-focused chatbots, ultra-realistic video avatars, and a new benchmark that explains why so many enterprise AI agents fail. Let's get into it. Story 1. AI agents that blow things up. First up, we're going straight into the defense world. This news comes from Wired Artificial Intelligence and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, "This defense company made AI agents that blow things up." According to Wired, a company called Scout AI is taking techniques from the mainstream AI industry, think multi-agent systems, simulation, reinforcement learning, and applying them directly to lethal weapons. They've reportedly demonstrated AI agents that can coordinate to identify and destroy targets in simulated or test environments. Instead of a human operator micromanaging every move, these agents can plan, adapt, and decide how to carry out missions. So we're seeing the same building blocks behind helpful AI assistants and game-playing bots now being repurposed for battlefield autonomy. That raises huge questions about control, accountability, and ethics. Who's responsible if an AI agent misidentifies a target? How much human oversight is actually required? Keep that in mind because agents as a theme are going to come back later in this roundup. Story 2. Nvidia, Meta, and a new era of compute. Next, let's talk about raw power. This news also comes from Wired Artificial Intelligence and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, "Nvidia's Deal with Meta Signals a New Era in Computing Power." Wired reports that Nvidia and Meta have struck a major deal that goes beyond just buying some GPUs. The days where big tech just orders a bunch of graphics cards are over. Now, AI companies need entire integrated stacks, GPUs, CPUs, networking, memory, storage, all tuned to run gigantic AI models at scale. The deal signals that compute is becoming more like a platform partnership than a simple hardware sale. Think massive AI training clusters, data centers, purpose-built for multimodal models, agents, and real-time services. Why does this matter to you? Because this level of compute is what enables everything else in today's episode. Advanced music models, real-time video avatars, and increasingly capable AI assistants. The infrastructure arms race underneath all this is accelerating Stories 3.6, Lyria 3, and Gemini's new music superpowers. Now let's move to something a little more fun, AI that makes music. We've actually got 4 different sources, all talking about the same core thing. Google's new music generation model, Lyria 3, and its integration into Gemini. First, from Google's own side. This news comes from the Google AI blog and was released on February 18th, 2026. The post is titled, "A New Way to Express Yourself. Gemini can now create music." Google says Lyria 3 is now available inside the Gemini app. With it, you can create custom, high-quality 30-second tracks from just text prompts or even from images. So you might type something like, "Epic cinematic trailer music with pounding drums and haunting choir," or upload a photo, and Gemini will generate a soundtrack to match. It's multimodal in both directions, text and images in, music out. Now let's cross-check that with the tech press. This news comes from Ars Technica AI and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, "Record Scratch Google's Lyria 3 AI music model is coming to Gemini today." Ars Technica describes it a bit more bluntly. With a simple prompt, you can generate 30 seconds of something like music. That phrase basically captures where we are with AI audio, often impressive, sometimes uncanny. And not always fully on par with human composition, especially in terms of emotional nuance and structure. Then we have more detail from Engadget. This news comes from Engadget Tech News and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, Gemini can now generate a 30-second approximation of what real music sounds like. Engadget reports that using Lyria 3, Gemini users can generate 30-second music tracks from text prompts, remix existing tracks to their liking, generate music from a photo or video, pair tracks with album art created by Google's Nano Banana image model, even auto-generate lyrics. The example prompt Google gave was a comical R&B slow jam about a sock finding their match. But Engadget notes you can go way more granular, adjust tempo, drumming style, and the other individual components of the track. The model is also being integrated into YouTube's Dream Track feature for Shorts, where it can generate backing tracks. And importantly, everything is watermarked with Google's SynthID, so AI-generated songs are at least traceable as machine-made. Engadget does point out that while the instrumental parts can sound pretty convincing, the composition of the lyrics can range from corny to just plain weird. So we're not at fully human-level songwriting yet, but we're getting closer. Access-wise, Google says you can try Lyria 3 inches Gemini starting today if you're 18 or older, and speak one of several supported languages, including English, Spanish, German, French, Hindi, Japanese, Korean, or Portuguese. And finally, some extra technical context. This news comes from MarkTechPost AI News and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, Google DeepMind releases Lyria 3, an advanced music generation AI model that turns photos and text into custom tracks with included lyrics and vocals. MarkTechPost frames Lyria 3 as a significant leap in how AI handles complex audio waveforms and creative intent. The model doesn't just spit out background noise. It's designed to generate structured music, including vocals and lyrics, from high-level prompts. So putting all these sources together, here's the picture. Lyria 3 is a cutting-edge music model from Google DeepMind. It's now baked into Gemini and YouTube's Dream Track. It can turn text and images into 30-second tracks, including vocals and lyrics. It gives users more control over musical elements while still sounding a bit AI-ish in places. And everything is watermarked for traceability. This is a big moment for creative AI. The same week we see AI agents in weapons, we also see AI turning your random sock love story into a full R&B track. Story 7, Copilot and confidential emails. Let's swing back to the more serious side of AI assistants. This news comes from Mashable Tech News and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled, Microsoft says Copilot was summarizing confidential emails without permission. Mashable reports that Microsoft's Copilot was summarizing business users' confidential emails even when it wasn't explicitly asked or authorized to do so. In other words, the AI assistant was pulling in sensitive email content to generate summaries in contexts where users did not expect that data to be accessed or processed. This raises major concerns for enterprise privacy and data governance. If an AI assistant can surface confidential information in the wrong chat to the wrong person or at the wrong time, that's a huge problem, especially in regulated industries like finance, healthcare, and law. It ties into a broader theme today. As AI agents get more capable and more proactive, we need very clear boundaries around what they can access and when. Transparency and permissioning aren't just nice to have, they're essential. Story 8, ChatGPT Health, what it is and what it's not. Staying on the topic of trust, let's talk about AI in healthcare. This news comes from CNET Tech News and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled ChatGPT Health, What You're Meant to Use the AI For and Everything You Should Avoid. CNET explains that ChatGPT Health is a health-focused experience inside ChatGPT. It's designed to help you better understand medical information, prepare for appointments with human clinicians, ask questions in plain language, and get structured explanations. But, and this is a big but, it is not meant to replace doctors or serve as an emergency medical service. CNET emphasizes that there are clear lines about what you should avoid. Don't use it to self-diagnose serious conditions without follow-up. Don't treat it as a final authority on medications or treatment plans. Don't delay real medical care because an AI chatbot made you feel reassured. What's interesting is the positioning. It's framed as an educational and preparatory tool, something to help you understand lab results, medical jargon, or possible questions to ask your doctor, not something that makes the decision for you. So on one side, we have Copilot accidentally surfacing confidential emails in business context. On the other, ChatGPT Health is trying to carefully define its lane in a very sensitive domain. Both stories highlight how critical it is to set boundaries when AI touches real people's lives. Story 9. Tavus Phoenix-4 and emotionally aware video avatars. Now let's move into AI for video and avatars. This news comes from MarkTechPost AI News and was released on February 18th, 2026. The article is titled Tavus launches Phoenix-4, a Gaussian diffusion model bringing real-time emotional intelligence and sub-600 milliseconds latency to generative video AI. MarkTechPost reports that Tavus is launching Phoenix-4, a new generative video AI model aimed at finally getting us out of the uncanny valley. We've all seen AI avatars that talk, but their expressions are stiff, their timing is off, and the emotional tone doesn't quite match the words. Phoenix-4 is designed to fix that by combining Gaussian and diffusion-based modeling to produce more natural, emotionally aligned facial expressions and movements. The key point, it focuses on real-time emotional intelligence, syncing tone, expression, and timing. It achieves sub-600 millisecond latency, which is fast enough for live or near-live interactions. It's aimed at use cases like personalized video messages, sales outreach, education, and more. If it works as advertised, this could make AI video agents and avatars feel far more human and less robotic. Again, we're back to this theme of AI agents, not just text bots, but full-on video personas that respond with emotion in real time. Story 10. Why enterprise agents fail. IBM, UC, Berkeley, IT Bench, and MAST. Finally, let's talk about diagnosing what's going wrong with AI agents in the enterprise. This news comes from the Hugging Face blog and was released on February 18th, 2026. The post is titled IBM and UC Berkeley Diagnose Why Enterprise Agents Fail Using IT Bench and MAST. The Hugging Face blog describes a collaboration between IBM Research and UC Berkeley to understand why so many enterprise AI agents just don't work reliably in real-world IT environments. They introduce tools and benchmarks like IT Bench, a benchmark for evaluating how well AI agents perform IT-related tasks. A framework or toolkit for diagnosing where agents break down, whether it's planning, tool use, error recovery, or something else. The core idea is that current agents might look impressive in demos, but often fail on long horizon tasks, complex, multi-step workflows, handling edge cases and unexpected errors, safely executing commands in production environments. By systematically measuring and analyzing these failure modes, IBM and UC Berkeley hope to build more robust, trustworthy enterprise agents. Notice how that circles all the way back to our first story about Scout AI's weaponized agents and our mid-episode stories about Copilot and ChatGPT Health. Across defense, IT operations, business productivity, and healthcare, the big question is, can we trust AI agents to act autonomously without breaking things, or worse, pulling it all together? So let's zoom out. On February 18th, 2026, across all these sources, Wired, Google AI Blog, Ars Technica, Engadget, MarkTechPost, Mashable, CNET, and the Hugging Face blog, we're seeing the same big themes. Agents everywhere. From Scout AI's battlefield agents to IBM and UC Berkeley's IT bench and mass analysis, agents are the new frontier. The challenge is making them safe, reliable, and accountable. Infrastructure as destiny. Nvidia's deal with Meta, reported by Wired, shows that the AI race is increasingly an infrastructure race. Whoever controls the most efficient, integrated compute stack has a massive advantage. Creative AI going mainstream. Lyria 3. As covered by the Google AI blog, Ars Technica, Engadget, and MarkTechPost, pushes generative audio to a new level. We're now casually generating 30-second tracks with vocals from a simple prompt or a photo, trust, and boundaries. Mashable's report on Copilot summarizing confidential emails and CNET's breakdown of ChatGPT Health highlight the same tension. These systems are powerful, but they must stay within clearly defined lines, especially with sensitive data. Human realism in AI. Tavus Phoenix-4 via MarkTechPost is about giving AI avatars emotional intelligence in real time, making digital agents more relatable and potentially more persuasive. The common thread is this: AI is no longer just about answering questions. It's about acting on our behalf, generating music, running IT workflows, reading our emails, talking to us as lifelike avatars, and in some cases, even controlling weapons. The tech is racing ahead, and so are the stakes. If you want to dive deeper, you can check out all the original articles from Wired Artificial Intelligence, the Google AI blog, Ars Technica AI, Engadget Tech News, MarkTechPost AI News, Mashable Tech News, CNET Tech News, and the Hugging Face blog. I'll leave the links in the description so you can explore the full details and technical write-ups directly from the sources. If you found this roundup helpful, consider subscribing for more AI news breakdowns, and let me know in the comments which of these stories you think is the most impactful. Is it Lyria 3 and AI music, Phoenix 4's emotional avatars, or the rise of autonomous agents in defense and enterprise? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.